Alright, and we have a new case to review today, so I'm not gonna hold back and just gonna hop right into it, shall we? Right. So this is the second day that I've been requested to review cases, which I believe is due to my good conduct summary, but not necessarily due to my ranking in any way, because I'm unranked right now. I'm not ranked. However, I believe that they do hold your conduct summary as a leading criteria for you to be allowed to judge. That's one thing. All right, so the reported Legion commander for griefing. So there must be something he did that caused an upset. So let's figure that out. I'm gonna go to free camera and I'm gonna just play here and zoom out. Let's see what happens. So Legion is in the dire side, and you can definitely see that this is the vision that they have, right? So I can see the vision. Okay, so what's the griefing? I don't get what the griefing was. Must have been something he said, maybe. Maybe a courier. Okay, he just dies in a one-on-one. Is he gonna buy back and die again or something? No, it doesn't really look like anything. Oh god, my announcer is actually okay, alright. I forgot I changed my announcer and it's being applied here. It's Bastion, I believe, combined with Gladys or something like that. It's the one from Portal 2. Gladius, something. Okay, so you dying in a one-on-one is not really a reason to report someone. I think that's a stupid report. Let's just see the next one. So what? CM died and they're crying over it. Is that it? Okay, let's see what happened. So start off a little bit further away. No, even further away. Where is Legion Commander? Legion just teleported in and CM's already dead. Is that right? Let's go even further back. I see Legion literally just appearing. Yeah, so Legion teleported in. Right? Is it a teleport or is it a blink? It doesn't really show. Channeling, teleport, CM's already dead. And he's hesitant to dive in because there's no vision of what's happening here. And that's a report. Okay, I see. So it looks like this Legion commander has toxic teammates, so it's just reporting for no obvious reason. So yeah. If you think about it, the entire team is struggling. It's not one person's fault in any way here. Plus, there's no walls in the map to decide how they want to really pick a fight here. It's just people randomly scattered doing their own thing. Does anything else happen?
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help. No breaks in Dyer's structure.
There's no support. It's just two people here. There's no team at all to fight or defense. So I can't go beyond this, but based on what I've seen, he's definitely not guilty. So yeah, that's pretty clear. Okay, interesting. So people do get reported for a lot of crazy stuff, I guess. And we have another case, so let's just go ahead and download them. So the thing was about the Legion Commander, first of all, he died in a 1v1 being overconfident against a Morphling. I don't think that's a reason to be reported. If you die in a 2v1 because you can see, it's obvious you're gonna die, I think that's pretty fair. But this is not really obvious. There's a chance the Legions attack and proc at the right time and Morphling loses mana from, whatever reason and then he fails. So there's a lot of possibility there. And the second one where CM died before he teleported in and he didn't want to dive because he couldn't see what's behind the Crystal Maiden. I think it's a fair decision. It's no reason to just jump in and feed at that point. Because if he jumps in then, that's considered a possible feed. Because you have no idea what's waiting in those shadows and the enemies are missing in the map. So yeah, that's a high chance. Now it's a vengeful spirit reported for feeding. So let's just play here. Switch the character portrait. Okay. So we have a war going on here. Phoenix is going nuts. I like that Phoenix. Okay. Vengeful got a stun in. It's not a feeding if it involves a team wipe, to be fair. Yeah. Yeah, it's a team wipe. I'm not gonna count that as a feed in any way. Okay, what's the next one? He was late to the fight, but to be fair, the Phoenix was in a encased orb counting down his days. So it's just nice of the VS to just appear,
Top tower. You know the drill.
show up, and then hope for the best. But anyway, it's a team wipe. You just want to join in on the fun. So that's fair. Right, let's see what's up next. Is he gonna just run into this monstrosity here and die? Okay, so for this one, the VS clearly had vision because I can only see what the vengeful spirit can see. So why did he walk in? I can see like 3 enemies at this point. But why did he walk in? This is a possible feed. This is a very possible feed. He turns back the moment he sees the... Is it Wind Ranger? Oh, no, yeah, it's a Wind Ranger. He's showing the wrong portrait. But the moment he sees the Wind Ranger blink in, he turns back. Okay. And it's at this point, it's Doomsday, right? There's nothing his team can do. But why did he head out? Observer Ward, Sentry, Observer Ward. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. That's a feed. That's a feed. What's next? Okay, the team is in. They're fighting. Oh, so they actually dived in. I'm not sure if there was some communication for the VS to get a swap on the Pudge. Whether the reason he went in was to get a swap on the Pudge, because this is an observer, there's observer and only a single sentry here. And this is definitely a dire sentry. Right, this is a dire sentry. So he's definitely not going to ward again. He doesn't need to. But it's most likely he was going in for another swap for the Pudge. Then things just went south when his teammates decided not to help. It is possible, but yeah, I mean, he did go in alone, the way it looks like. But you'll never know. Another swap is quite a long range. Okay, so here his team is actually fighting and they're actually gonna die. It's almost a team wipe here. Yeah, they're all dead. So you see, the thing is, I'm not sure if I can fairly vote someone for feeding if the team actually, you know, like if the team is never capable of doing anything for themselves. Like they could just be, voting him out of anger because they can't even play, their own games. They can't play any better. They're struggling as well. So they vote out of frustration on whoever they see as the obvious weak link. In this case, 017 VS. So obviously we can't see the entire game because we don't see him dying 17 times here. Alright, let's just see, one last clip whether he comes back and does anything crazy.
Trouble brewing at Dyer's top rags. Dyer's top rags didn't make it. Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
What are you thinking, VS?
I'll take that as tribute.
Oh, that's a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. Okay, I see. Okay, so I see what's happening. Okay, so to be fair, this was a losing game, right? And I think this Vengeful Spirit just caught on the bad side of this team because uh, if you can see, they're all max level at this point, right? Everyone has gone super late game. This 25 minutes is just this clip, I believe, and the actual time could be, I don't know, 50, 60, depending on the neutral items. What do they have? They have tier 3 neutrals. Does it show what these people have? Can I check that? I can't, but I should be able to check on one of these guys, right? Tier 2, tier 3, tier 3. Okay, so maybe it is like a, what, half hour, 40-minute game? I think it's 40 plus, something like that. So they're all tier 3, 40 plus. But they're all quite high level already, on max level, despite the feed, 018. And it is a losing team. But regardless, I think the Vengeful Spirit should have just sat back in this case because one of the things you have to worry about is toxic teammates, right? So obviously, you running out is not going to help the situation in any way. Just even though it's just for a ward, even though it's just to get vision, you're obviously going to get reported for reasons like this. And hey, if you ask me, is it feeding? Yes, in a way, it is feeding. But at the same time, everyone is feeding here because technically none of them can win a team fight. It's a losing game. So I'm definitely gonna say he's not guilty for cheating, hacking, or scripting in any way. As for grieving or abusive behavior, it's not immediate feeding. It's not like you run into an enemy and die. You're actually trying to do other things and then you die just because unfortunate circumstances. So I don't know. It's really 50-50 for me. Because in the first clip, like if we were to go back to the first clip, where the VS runs into this team fight, right? He's actually coming to fight. He's actually coming to help, and he does stun. He does his skills, but his team just doesn't survive. See that? At this point, he's 0-13. So there must have been like a lot of deaths at the early part of the game where they didn't report him, where they decided that they don't want to report him at that point, and they let him go. And maybe they decided to finally report him at this marker, which is why the report shows up here. So it is highly possible he has been feeding. He has been just playing not so well sometimes. But this one is a little bit tricky because he could have been actually going in with some communication, because I see a ping from the Phoenix. I'm not sure what the ping is for. Maybe he wants to nether swap and then the Phoenix wants to dive in with the supernova. You know, that could have been the intention. Nether swap stun, or stun then nether swap and then into the supernova. You know, because he's definitely not going to ward. There's no way. He does have a scepter. So yeah, illusion and all that stuff. Okay, so here at this point, the Phoenix is still going in. And after he dies, there's 3 people plus there. And the stun comes from the Vengeful Spirit's spirit. And then Puck actually goes in. Yeah, I think it's fair to say insufficient evidence. I don't have the clip where he died 13 plus times, so I can't really be the. It's not fair. It's really not fair. Not fair when the entire team gets team wiped in every single battle. So you really can't judge a person for that. It's not right if you ask me. All right, we're gonna go to the third clip. I'm not sure whether they give you only 3 clips a day or something like that, because that's what happened yesterday. I think I reviewed 2 or 3 clips, and then I could only record the last one. So let's see if we get another one after this. This is fun. This is actually interesting. You know, you kind of being the judge of other games, and sometimes it's really tricky. Like in that Vengeful Spirits case, there's no obvious reason for feeding. And what I mean by no obvious reason is, if you like, unfortunately I didn't record it, but I think the very first case I got yesterday to review was crazy feeding. Is this guy just running to the enemy towers, just diving in like 30, 40 times. It was insane. I was like, it's an absolute feat. It's like, even if the enemies didn't want to kill you, the towers would just kill you. And it's like auto farming goals, like you're a creep, you know? It is really creepy, by the way. No pun intended. Right, so this is about a Jakiro reported for feeding. Oh god, how many people gets reported for feeding? Alright, so Jakiro's with the entire team here. Let's just get the right portrait. Right, let me get a sip of my drink. Okay, Jakiro is surprisingly in the front. I think he's quite confident of his team to protect him. Queen of Pain shows up in the map. They seem to be doing better. Radiant seems to be doing better, clearly here. Despite being down on kills a little bit, Radiant has got mid-ranks, which is a very big achievement. So there must have been a large team fight that ensued, where they were starting to make a comeback. It is highly possible. More deaths, more deaths, more deaths. Almost even more kills. More kills, more kills, more deaths, more deaths, more kills. So it looks like the Lone Druid, the Doombringer, are not doing very well. Jakiris is support, so that's fine. Disruptor is a support, Lions is support, looks like. Morphling, Queen of Pain, Faceless White have been carrying quite well. Mars has been doing quite well. Luna has been doing okay. So that's just based on the kill to death ratio. And looking at the towers, Dire clearly has better towers, more towers left. It's just that they lost mid-racks, probably because of a previous team fight that we didn't get to see. So now, Jacurio is doing the ice path. Okay, here we go. White comes in. There's Mars, Jakiro, and Luna. Chronosphere. Okay. There's a lone druid on the outside. His bear is clearly outside, which is very nice. He can easily rotate the bear around to attack maybe lion or something. I don't know. Yeah, correct. And the bear gets stuck. Okay. Alright. Okay, never mind. This is painful to watch. Alright, okay. Okay, so Zap and Scream. 2 seconds. 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 2 se Okay. Jakiro's definitely dead, right? Okay, yeah, he's dead. Okay. So, in the fight just now, Lone Druid was late to the fight, and Doombringer was not in this fight, right? Yeah, Doombringer was not in this fight. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, alright. Whoa, what's happening here? Okay, I think all this happened like shortly after that fight. I wait for Jakiro to come back. I don't really care about other people because I'm judging just Jakiro, but I still want to know how this took place, more or less. Okay, so Mars is out here, and Doom dives in. Doom doomed a Lincoln. Wow, he doomed a Lincoln Queen of Pain. Okay, all right. Morphling comes in, shows him who's boss. The where's the Spirit Bear? Wait, where's your bear? Maybe his bear is. Maybe his bear is dead. Okay, never mind. Lone Druid is running for his life. He's probably gonna die. Yep, he's dead. Okay. Uh, Mars is doing his best. Actually, Mars is like Mars's Arena of Blood is really terrifying. He really sets like the tone of the battle. If you ask me, it's really awesome. Great design for a character. So Doom bought back, came back in with no Doom, and he's gonna do what? Oh, so that's what it's gonna do. And why is Shakiro reported for feeding? That doesn't make any sense. If you report Doom for feeding and he does that, I think that makes sense. Like, you shouldn't buy back unless you have a reason to, like, you know you're capable of defending, or, you know, you have a refresher raw, but you still have your Doom unused, you still have your, like, a Titan to ultimate unused or something like that. Ravage, you know. Shakiro just respawned. Right, okay, Shakiro just respawned. And now he's going out. He's going to mid. He's going to Ice Path. He's not going to hit anyone. I feel Jakiro players always have the worst luck. Like, I've watched a lot of games where, even as allies or enemies, Jakiros really struggle because he's not an easy hero to use. Despite the pushing and defense abilities of Jakiro, he's just a tricky support in a team fight that doesn't have a way to contain the fight. Like in this case, the best possibility would be for Mars's Arena, which is a beautiful place for you to use your abilities, right? But if you don't get to reach Mars's Arena, or Mars doesn't get to use his arena at the right time, everything just falls apart. It's just that the way Jakiro is built. Okay, so earlier it was definitely not feeding. It's just it is literally in their area. Jakiro is just trying to defend. It's just throwing bodies at the fight. Okay, now let's see what happens. This is like at 41 minutes. They have no mid-racks. Is there any chance? Okay, so Mars dies there. And then Lone Druid goes in and he's gonna die now, obviously. Like, isn't this feeding? Why are you reporting Jakiro for feeding? Jakiro clearly knows the fight is lost. Mm, no, no, no. Okay, alright. Nope, not guilty. Not guilty. Well played, Jakiro. So it's good to know that you get to protect people like this, because it's clearly not their fault. They're getting reported out of frustration from allies who just, they just can't find things their way, so they're finding people to blame, and they just, find the weakest link and they blame them. Uh, so yeah, that's just unfortunate that you get caught up in those situations. But hey, I really like this Overwatch. I really hope it helps the players who are actually, trying to do their best, especially those who play supports. A lot of them get targeted easily by, the carries, just because the carries have the right abilities to kill people. they manage to get kills, and they see the support having a higher death ratio, obviously because they don't really focus on killing, they focus more on using spells to disrupt the fight. They become an easy target of reports, because they're soft, they die, they don't last very long in team fights. And as a reason for that, supports are easy target for reporting. So yeah, okay, Meepo, suspicious movement or cast. This is going to be really interesting. I really want to do this properly. So let's see Meepo's movement very carefully. Let's zoom out. I want to see what Meepo does here. Blink Dagger, Hex, and Ethereal Blade. 29 minutes. Okay. Oh, so this is 29 minutes into the game. It's a 40-minute. Okay, alright, cool. Okay, so it looks like it is the game. It's the game time marker. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Gets an eye of Scotty. So this is the original Meepo, and these are the clones, okay? Okay. What's he gonna do? Summoning his team there, okay, fine. What's the problem with that? I didn't see a problem with that. Okay, what's the next one? So Meepo's clones are there, the original is here. Original is getting his team in. So what's the suspicious activity again? Okay. No, wait. I really don't get it. You see, there's a thing called macro keys, guys, in this game. And if you assign them properly, your Meepos will do all the puffing at the same time. Okay, let's just click one of his clones and see if the puff triggers. See? The puff triggers. It's a macro key. It's just using macros. There's nothing wrong with that. Macro keys have been around since the Dark Ages. People have been using this since Dota 1. It's not a surprise. I mean, more so in Dota 2, because obviously Dota 1 macro keys didn't do very well. There were very few applications that used it, and you didn't really have many. You didn't really have a mouse with macro keys. It was mostly on the keyboard. Back then, mouses had wheels underneath them. Yeah, I know. So, let's see. Anything else? Anything else that's completely out of the box? Okay, so these are his clones. This is clearly the original. Okay. See AFK. Okay. So he's moving the original, as you can see. This is normal player movement. And he's puffing all of these to the original's location. So how it works is you press a macro key to trigger the group puff. And then you just control the original like you would normally do and use a blink dagger. So wherever the original lands, the clones will puff to that location because your mouse is pointed to that location. And that's how the puff works. Yeah, no, not guilty, not guilty. Those of you guys who have not really played Meepo that much, never used macro keys, I think maybe yes, it looks a little bit suspicious. Hey, we got another case. But for those of you who have played Meepo, if you have experience in macro keys, you know that's completely normal. That's exactly how any Meepo with macro keys plays. I know there are some insane people out there who play without macro keys. I used to be one of them. I used to be one of those guys that played without macro keys. But in moments when you do panic, when you do get in very complicated fights, you realize how big of a difference macro keys make, because they really they make things a lot straightforward for you. You just gotta think about less things, right? It's basically just that. And as a result, you can focus on the fight and less so of what the hell you're doing with your fingers. But yeah, it was pretty fun not using macro keys for a long time, I must say, because you really get to micromanage your meepos, and you really have to move them around like you're playing your classic RTS. But eventually when I learned how to use macro keys, how to assign macro keys, it was really fun. I found it super fun, and I also stopped playing Meepo after that because I realized that macro keys are just kind of broken. and it also doesn't guarantee you a win in any way. If your opponents are better players and you're still a meeple, you're still gonna get killed by normal means. And I believe macro keys were a normal thing in tournaments as well. I'm not sure if it's banned now, uh, and as a result, there's less meeples. But meeple was once a top pick in like TI2, TI3 or something like that. So this bristleback dies and it gets reported for feeding, really? Okay, so he clearly came in the confidence that he has an eternal shroud. And he came in to provide cover for the Medusa. He gets caught out by this lone druid. Nah, that's not feeding. That is not feeding. He clearly gets caught. That is not feeding. Okay, let's see the next one.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
I'm a defender of the innocent, guys. I'm a defender of the innocent. That's scary. Okay. So is that feeding now? Is that feeding? Just because he gets caught and he dies? No, it's not. It's clearly not. Okay, now we might get a case. Now we might get a case. Okay, here he goes. He's going by himself. He's clearly by himself. And nothing happens. Looks like he doesn't feed after all. Oh, and he's dead. Somewhere else. And I didn't get to see it. Okay, let's not auto skip to the next marker. Let's just play through this, right? Okay, let's play through this. I think something happens here. Okay. Sniper's got an NV. That's the enemy sniper. We get to see that. That's good to know. But he doesn't know that. Bristleback doesn't know that. But he's alone. He's too far. There's no wards. Although as a tank you want to assert dominance in your own jungle, I think it's a really scary idea. Okay, at this point, knowing the Ancient Apparition is daring enough to go up the ramp, you should know that there is possibly vision here. And they should have seen that, right? Yeah, they clearly saw that. Oh, okay, this guy's got... Oh, this guy's way overconfident. Okay, that's a feat. That's clearly a feat. But is one enough to be reported for feeding? Let's see that, okay? But that's clearly feeding. I would consider him guilty there. But regardless, it's a shitty team for not wanting to ward and control the position of the ward in your own jungle. Especially since you have the bottom tower still remaining. You can definitely control this position easily. And you do have the outpost, so you can just teleport in and defend. Even a ward here, you can teleport in and defend it easily. And it's important to defend your vision. I think something people don't really think of. Although I'm pretty proud to say in my recent games that I've played, I do get players who are quite aware of the importance of vision. Dude, he is getting wrecked by this sniper. He's level 11. Wait, is he? He's level 11. There's no way he's going to fight a level 20 sniper. 21. Okay. Yeah, okay. He's been having the worst day of his life. Alright. What's next? Okay, but you see, the sniper is killing everyone. It's not just Bristleback. See? So does that mean we're going to report Chakis and Morphling as well for feeding? You get my point? Like, okay, here he kills the Bristleback. It's pretty obvious, right? Okay, Bristleback goes in. He kills the Bristleback. Okay. After the Bristleback dies, what does the team do? What does the team do to fight the situation? We have a level 20 Medusa, who's not here. We have a level 15 Morphling, who is sitting down here. And he's gonna do what? Tekis dives right in to try to bait with the mine. It's a good attempt though. The mine almost got the sniper. That's a really good attempt, I must say. Okay? So they're actually trying a good fight here. But he dies. And then Morphling goes in, Morphling almost gets Sniper down. Sniper is like literally at like 98, and Morphling dies. So, so they're all feeding. So it's unfair to judge just Bristleback based on that case. So you see what I mean, guys? Can't blame one person when the entire team is feeding. It's just not fair. It's like if your team is doing fine and then one person is feeding, I think it makes a lot of sense. But if the entire team is feeding, how can you judge that one person any differently, right? Okay, here, the enemy has vision. They get a shot in. Bristleback is trying to take on this Necrophos 1v1, which is a horrible idea. Regardless, he's fine. He knows he can take it. Okay. So that goes well. That goes well. He dies. Wait, what? Oh, he dies here. Okay. Right. So after courageously warding off the Necrophos, he shows up here, only to realize that the Ancient Apparition is approaching. He should have seen that Ancient Apparition, because I could see him, so he should have seen that. And he does have a big chance here. He does have a big chance. Kill spray, kill spray. Kill spray. Okay. Good stun. Kill spray. Okay, misses it. Okay, fine. Now he gets rooted. Nice. So everything that could go wrong goes wrong for him. And okay, I want to know what his teammate was doing while all this commotion was happening, okay? To be fair to him, I want to know. Okay, when this happened, what is his team doing? Nature's Prophet is here. Tekis is running for his life as always. Morphling is here and Medusa is up there. Medusa has no Town Portal Scroll. Morphling's one is on cooldown. Tekis has two. Nature's Prophet doesn't really need any. Why is Medusa so far out without a Town Portal Scroll? Okay, never mind. Uh, okay, it's just one of those matches, huh? One of those. Okay. So Bristleback is really close to a kill. What is Nature's Prophet doing? He has teleportation available. He's just farming. He's just farming, guys. He has Shadow Blade, he has Orchid Malevolence. He's just farming. Tekis and Morphling are just ignoring the situation. Morphling has Force Staff for whatever reason. Oh, he wants to get the... Okay, so Morphling did well here to solo the Sniper. Nature's Prophet is trying to join in the other fight. He doesn't want to join and help Bristleback to take out the like 100 HP Ancient Apparition. Medusa decides that I have to walk back home because I don't have a Town Portal Scroll, and decides to turn around and take a walk. So at this point, he's dead. At this point, there's no way of helping him. But they got the sniper kill. So it is a 50-50 in a way. Bristleback is helping them because Bristleback has kept 1 Ancient Apparition, 2 Necrophos, 3 Lone Druid busy in order for them to kill the level 21 sniper. That's space created. Okay, now Medusa arrives late, uses the ultimate because, you know, there's nothing else he can do at this point. Manages to get... Wait, did he get a kill? No, he didn't get a kill. Okay. Has to turn on a BKB charge. Wow, okay. Runs. Morphling joins the fight, gets a kill. Nature's Prophet joins in, gets a Lone Druid. All of this is because of Bristleback. Bristleback created the space, baited the enemies in, and... Oh wait, I want to know how the Ancient Apparition died. Oh, okay, he joined the fight, right, okay. So, actually, no, that's not feeding. That's well done, Bristleback. He really pulled the team together there, you know? created space, he baited enemies, and because Sniper was not in the fight, they won. If Sniper was alive, by the way, no, there's no way, because Sniper would be way behind the protection of the Lone Druid, the protection of the Necrophos, and you really can't get to him. It's tricky. It's tricky. I mean, you can, but it's tricky. Right. So, Sniper says stun now. Where is Sniper? Sniper is somewhere here. Ooh, they have vision. I really want to toggle vision. I probably have to raise that to Valve or whatever. Nice kill. So Sniper is here. Okay. Oh, he's pretty tanky. Okay. Run to the bomb. Oh, well, it's alright. He's doing well. It's not feeding. It's not feeding. They were too far. He was there with the Morphling. They committed. Okay, so there's no feed. There's no feed at that marker. So I guess that's fair. Now he's back. He's back, and as usual, he's running into the fight. Wait. Why did he run into this fight? Okay, this happened. Okay, fine. Now he's dead. Okay, now he's gonna come back. Okay, now he teleported in. He's running in. To do what? Okay, yeah, alright, yeah, okay. Yep, that's feeding, okay, fine. Fair enough.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, ooh, that's ugly. But then again, to be fair, he is the tank, and no one else here is gonna ever dare walk in front. If you think about it, all these are ranged pussies, right? There's no way they're gonna walk forward. It's only the Bristleback that's gonna dive in. The only unfortunate thing is that when he does it, he probably doesn't coordinate with the team. This is why he's gonna get flamed for it. Okay, now he's back. Let's just see whether we can give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, let's just see. So Medusa is up in the front. He's coming in with spider legs. Okay, now he's in the front as usual. He's hitting the charge. He's probably gonna die here because he's too far out. And his team is not backing him up either. They're just like, you go do your farming thing. We're gonna farm in our own jungle. We're not gonna bother about taking any towers. Nature's Prophet is doing his own thing. This guy's technically creating space. He baited 2 people, almost 3, to come to the middle to defend. That's nice. There's a battle going on here. I think Morphling is gonna do pretty well. Oh, or maybe not. Not with Spectre joining in. Yep, he's dead. So is that feeding, guys? Is that feeding? Hmm? Yeah. Tricky. Alright, let's see. So, back to our main objective. Bristleback. So, let's see. Okay, so Medusa is all the way here by herself as usual, because this team has no coordination. Now Bristleback comes in to show who's boss. He's creating space. And then he's gone a little too far. Medusa is just gonna abandon him, obviously, because this Medusa doesn't care. He has a strategy, he has spider legs, but he gets caught by the Spectre. He's still running. And Medusa is just gonna turn around. Because this team is not bothered. They don't have supports. To be fair. Yeah, to be fair, they don't have support. The draft is really bad. And now Medusa is gonna die. Yeah. So you see, if the entire team is feeding, I can't report one guy. I can't approve one guy being reported for feeding. You get what I mean? Because if they are all in it together, it's like a planned feed. You can't judge one guy as guilty if everyone is guilty. You all take the blame for it together. You can't blame one person for something like that. Yeah, this is not fair. It's not fair. Look at that. That's nuts. Okay. One last clip, right? One last clip. It's 24-5. It's 34 minutes in the game. Sniper's just gonna be able to just shoot him down. No, that'll be nuts, right? Yeah, that'd be nuts. But he does have a satanic though. Oh boy, here we go. Yep. Yep. There we go. Oh. Oh. Yep. Nah, that's not feeding. That's not feeding. I see how the situation is. These two guys just farm all game, stay out of all the fights, and you know. Right? Can I see some graphs? I can't see graphs, can I? I like to have more information before I judge things. Show items. There you go. Farmer, farmer. Has decent items though. Maximum farmer Medusa never participates in a single fight, and then they blame the only person who tries to help them. I don't know, man. I feel guilty judging people guilty in situations like this. See that? Nature's Prophet is already gone. Like when the fight even starts. Right? Okay, so let's see. Nature's Prophet's going. He's gonna go up top. He's gonna go right here. He's gonna try to treat the Necrophos. And he's gonna get killed. So who's feeding now? Nope. I think this is pretty straightforward. He's not guilty. Not in my eyes. Nope. I can only judge a person as feeding on behalf of the team if the rest of the team is doing okay. If the entire team is feeding, then it's not fair. Right, that's it for me for today. Looks like I'm out of things to judge, so it's time for me to be judged. So I'm gonna go and play my own game. Hopefully get reported, and someone's gonna be able to judge me. Right. See you guys in the next one. I actually got MVP in this, right? I think I got MVP. Yeah, there we go. I am MVP, guys. Alright. Adios, guys.